Hey, how's it going, everybody? From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea. It's Saturday. I almost said it was Wednesday. It's Saturday, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So you know what time it is. Go ahead and smash that like button. Let YouTube know that we're here, baby. We're live. And I'm excited to kick it with you guys. It's been a crazy week for me, at least in my personal life. I've been trying to find time to upload more. I've got the material to upload more, but as you guys know, life finds a way. Maybe that should be one of my sound excerpts. Jurassic Park, life finds a way. One of these days, somebody's going to tell me not to do that. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm excited to be here. It's been one of those weeks for me. So coming into the live stream is nice. You know, it's an opportunity to kind of scale back, to enjoy the evening with the best people in the community. And we're going to go ahead and start off with Mr. Marco. Shout out to Marco, first person in the chat. What's up, Crazy Roach? Thank you for being a channel member. Top Dog in the house. Thanks for posting that, Top Dog. I definitely appreciate it. Guys, check out my latest video. The latest video is, in fact, on this guy right here. Wow, that was awful. I'm going to try that again. This guy right here. This is the Concept Osprey. It's a triple stripe knives design. And it's really, really good. It's really cool. And it's not that expensive either. Like, we're talking about premium titanium S35 VN front flipper designer style production knife. 135 bucks. 135 bucks. If you like to carry a small knife in your fifth pocket, check out the video, guys. It's a good one. I enjoy it. Who knows? You might enjoy it too. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Mike Ranger? Good to see you, man. Another channel member in the house. Thanks for supporting. Welcome into Double D. Jim Miller in the house. What's up, Jim? All right, I'm scrolling, guys. Lone Star Towboy, what's up, man? Thanks for being a channel member. He says, carry of the day is the Boker Balisong Plus Large. Nice. That's very cool. Hey, Paul Mills, another channel member in the house. Blue Minotti Ninja, what's up, Blue? You're my boy, Blue. Channel member. He says, Spartan, kick that like button. You know, or you can take it out for a nice steak dinner. You know, be old fashioned. Is chivalry dead? No, but we are trying to resuscitate it. Shout out to B Shady. Thanks for being a channel member for 8 months. And hold on. Did I miss that, Blue? Is it your 1 year anniversary? I feel like I should go get some raisins or something. You know, celebrate. It seems like everyone thinks that I'm allergic to them or something. I just don't like them. But everyone's like, on my 1 year anniversary, you will eat raisins. I mean, if I must. If that's what it takes to tell people that I appreciate them, I absolutely will. I got a little ahead of myself, so hold on a second. Shout out to Paul Mills. Thanks for being a channel member. Welcome in. We got Nick Travellini in the house, another channel member. Good to see you, Nick. Chef Rocky, a channel member for 10 months. Chef, what's cooking, man? He says, sup, suckers. Love to you and yours. Welcome in, Chef. It's always good to see you, brother. We got Miranda Hastings. What's good, Rainey? She says, hey, Blade buddies. Right on. Oh man, I'm scrolling. I'm trying not to miss stuff, but inevitably I will. Chef Rocky says, hard no roll. No. There shall be no recurve blades. I don't know what it is. Like, people get this weird thing where they're like, I don't like recurves, and I don't know what it stems from, because they perform really well. They perform exceedingly well. And maybe it's because people have this idea that recurve blades for some reason just look tacky or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. I know that I enjoy them. They're not fun to sharpen. You typically need to use like the corner of your sharpening stone, or, you know, just have a stone that's curved, that's meant for recurve style blades. I don't know what it is. I don't know why people hate them so much, because they perform really well. They cut really well. but that's neither here nor there. Let's see. Hey, Ron Crow in the house. Good to see you. Welcome into Autumn Wind. Leafy Wiggy, what's up? All right. Rainey says, I've been carrying my smock all week. You can't go wrong with the Spyderco smock. Spyderco smock is one of those really good carries. And Bastide can thank Kevin Smock for a lot of success that they've had recently. We'll get into that. All right. Hold on. Ed B, welcome in. I see people saying hi to Ed B. I'm looking for you, Ed. We're looking for you. I feel like I should be at, like the Walmart customer service counter. Ed B, your parents are at the customer service desk. Have you ever had to do that? Like Costco, overhead, Target? I don't know. Maybe my generation was the last one where parents actually let their kids free in the retail stores, to wreak havoc without supervision. Nowadays, you see kids with leashes and backpacks. Some kids really do need those leashes, though. Let's be honest. Rocket Reviews, good to see you, man. Ed B says, I have a video of you saying you'll eat raisins on my 1 year. I will. I've got some raisins in the pantry. Listen, the wife likes the raisins. We've got raisins. You hit your 1 year, Ed, and I will enjoy some raisins for you. Cereal, what's good? He says, hello, what do we do in these live streams? We chop it up, we talk, we do pocket checks, we look at websites. Sometimes we talk about cookies and raisins. We stay on brand. Makes sense for a Knife and EDC channel, right? Right now I'm just saying hi to people. All right. B Shady says, my wife just picked up a $5 Ozark Grail in white Stormtrooper. Benchmade is dead. Oh, Benchmade. There's sometimes I think that they're on life support, and then I remember they only really need to sell 2 or 3 of those knives to stay in business. So as long as we have 5 faithful customers, the doors will stay open. Lone Star says, the fear of sharpening for the ham and eggers. Chef Rocky says, that pointy sharp point blade point is too close to your hand point cut finger. I don't know, man. Are we talking about this? We're talking about this? I don't know. It's solid. It's solid. I carried it before I reviewed it. I'm not the unboxing guy. I don't do hype that well. The irony is, and I do think that this is kind of funny. You look at other channels that put out content and they will tell you that their most popular videos are their unboxing videos, their first impression videos. It's not like that for me. I do an unboxing video and it is not successful. It's a whole lot of me staring and remembering that I can't internalize my thoughts. I'm just not good at them. I don't know. So anyways, I've carried this knife before I reviewed it. And I got to say, it performs well. It feels good in the hand, good ergos, reasonably priced. It's not a perfect knife. Concept needs to, I will say this. Something that I do get a little fatigued about is the fact that Concept has sent out so many review units to so many channels. They've had so many people check out their knives and they've heard it a million times, but yet we still get T6 screws and non-captive pivots. If I'm going to check out a Concept knife, I can pretty much guarantee that whatever I check out is going to have T6 body screws and a non-captive pivot. How many times? Concept's like, how about no? Maybe they just have a lifetime supply of T6 screws. I'm not sure. But I wish that somebody over there would listen, because they're not a big deal, but they're just annoying. It's annoying. All right. Now that you know how I feel, we can proceed. Hey, welcome into Tom Cook. Thanks for being a channel member. He says, yeah, it's the sharpening issue for me on recurves. Maybe I need to face that fear. I mean, all you really got to do if you have a guided sharpening system, which I would say most enthusiasts do at this point, you know, if you can freehand sharpen, chances are you already know how to sharpen a recurve. But if you're using a guided sharpening system, what you got to do is you got to take your, you know what? Hold on a second. I'll just grab a stone and I'll show you. So this is a stone, right, that you would put in a guided sharpening system that runs on a rod. And normally you just hit the, you know, the edge bevel with this. But if you were to tilt it on a side, you would actually get a corner. And there's so little surface area on that corner that you can actually sharpen the recurve edge. And I've done it, and it works, and it works well. For some reason, people either don't want to do that, they don't believe it'll work, or they haven't tried it. So if you have a recurve blade and you're afraid to use it because you're like, the day will come when this needs to be sharpened and I will not be the one. Just take one of your stones, sacrifice a 90-degree corner. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. A little trick, and it works well, and it's something that you can do. If you are someone that freehand sharpens, I bet that I probably didn't even have to tell you that. But hopefully that helps somebody out there get over their fear, because the thing about recurve style blades is that they draw the material into the blade and it keeps it there. You know, if I were to look at, hold on. If I were to look at, say, a knife with a belly, let's use this for example. This is not, I love this knife, by the way. This is the DC Blades Cedo. This is one of those blades that has a belly. On a shorter blade like this, you run in the risk of running out of blade and having the material fall off that curve. So what happens is that you're going through it and the material rides off the curve, right? Rides off the belly. But in a recurve style blade like this, you don't have to worry about that. It will actually stay in the cut, and it gives you the cutting performance and power of a knife that's twice the size, of a blade that's much bigger. And so you can get a lot of work done with a small knife like this. And people don't understand that. They look at the sharpening issue and they say, I know that used to be me, but if you didn't know, now you know. Jim Miller says, I can sharpen a recurve. I still hate them. Jim, we can agree to disagree. It's okay, man. I feel like you've earned the right to dislike what you dislike. All right. Paul Mills says, I got a Spyderco smock in a trade a while back. It's a pretty cool knife. Yeah, I love the smock. You guys are making me feel like I should carry mine more often. And I do, like, here's the thing. I do carry it. It's not like it's a safe queen. Here it is. So, like, you can't see it because the oil's on here, but like there's scratches all over these handle scales, and these are the custom Kevin Smock scales. These are scales that come with their own certificate of authenticity. You know, I modified mine. I love this thing. Absolutely love it. It's a nice hollow grind, super fidgety, nice cutting edge, very thin. It's one of the few Spydercos with a hollow grind. I should carry this more often. I'm going to leave this out. You guys are convincing me. That one's getting carried. If you're wondering what I carried today, carried this guy. This is the Hinderer half track, and a shout out to Mr. Eddie who swapped me for it. So like I got this in on a knife swap. That happened on the members only Discord. Guys, I'm telling you, do not sleep on the members only Discord. We got knife swaps going on in there, pocket checks, we chat, we hang out. You know, a lot of content creators that they get to a point and they're like, I don't know if I want to give people direct access. It's a lot. It's a risk. What if they find out? No, but if you ever wanted to chop it up with me, like I have people hit me up on my Instagram all the time. The truth is that I just don't have enough time in my day to check every single social media and check message requests and stuff. I am probably the least active in messaging people in the community on my Instagram. Instagram Instagram just kind of crapped on the knife community, and because of that, I stopped using it as much. I still have it for some group chats. I still post pictures there, but I don't really message a whole lot of people on Instagram. So if you want to message me or you want to have a direct conversation, best place to do that is in the members only Discord. So before we go into the pocket checks, again, I carried the Hinderer half track warning, which is a knife that I've wanted for a very long time. So a big shout out and special thank you to my man, Mr. Eddie, for making that swap happen. Without him, would not be possible. These guys are not easy to come by, specifically in the Wharncliffe variant. And then, of course, because I had to carry something full size, I carried this guy as well. So that's my weekend carry. I had Chris and Rick riding shotgun today. The Noom's on, and the Hinderer half track Wharncliffe. It's an overpowered carry. Is it necessary? No. But I do it anyways. All right, and we're going to go ahead and get into these pocket checks in a 3, 2, 1, go. Check that out. Yeah, I changed things up. I'm small. The screen share is big. Yeah. Hopefully that helps people. All right, I'm just going to scroll up until we get to the very start of today. All right. And we're going to be starting off with, looks like, drink water. Check that out. Is that an XM18 Bowie? Flippered Elite? And then, of course, a Spyderco Little Native Wharncliffe and the Spyderco McBee there in the corner. Talk about an overpowered carry. Dazed is coming in with the Concept Link, another design from Triple Stripe Knives. Shout out to Jonathan Shaw. Let's see, Ed's carrying a good one today. It's the Gerber, and I don't know the name of the model, but that looks like that might be a Bob Terzola design. Is that a Bob Terzola design? There's just something away that that blade looks. Did Bob Terzola ever do a Gerber? Ed, I know you're out there. Help me out. I'm not familiar with Gerber stuff, but for some reason that just screams Bob Terzola. Let's see, Nick T. He's got the Addicted to Knives Halt, a tactile turn pen, a Serge Panchenko watch. Every time I see that watch, I'm like, you know what? I'll put money aside. I'll get one. And then I go and buy other knives. I want one of those watches. I'm a secret watch fan, but I don't have watch money, okay? You know, like I don't have the country club membership. You know, people that get into watches, like you could, you know, buy a home or you could buy a watch. I'm very jealous. Let's see. Mark P is carrying a Mr. design that I am not familiar with. I've seen Mr. Mister's work before, but I don't know all the model names. Let's see. Crazy Roach is carrying the Kaiser Veritas. Very cool. Very nice. Rainey is in the pocket check as well with her Spyderco smock. Well done. Jim Miller, look at that view. Jim always surprises me with the views. I never know if he's going to be like out on the ranch or if he's going to be by a body of water. That's cool. Very cool. He's got the Vosteed Nightshade. That's the Countycom in Ultim. Wow, I don't know why that was hard for me. And then, of course, the CDC Salvation and the CJRB Nova. Craig Vincent is in the pocket check as well. He's got his customary handful of knives. Cold Steel Voyager, Cold Steel Formax, Kaiser Cormorant, New Breed EDC Clydesdale. Talk about blades with recurve. Check this out. I'm going to zoom in on this. I don't know which one that is right here, but it looks cool. Craig, if you're in the chat, do you sharpen your recurve blades? Let me know. Chris Ware's in the pocket check. He's got the, I forget the name of that Kaiser. For shame. There's just been so many Kaisers, okay? The Nafslander, and then, of course, the Kaiser Wow. It's been a day. And you know it's been a day because my brain is blanking. Autumn Wind with the Something Obscene J Cape. Very nice. And is that a Spyderco Techno? Yeah, Techno 2. Hey, I got it right. All right, gas station knives forever with the Shiro. That's not a gas station knife, though. What are you doing with the Shiro? I thought you were into gas station knives. Beautiful Shiro. TC Blades. TC Blades is carrying something from Petrified Fish. I don't know the name of that model. And then a pair of 3. Solid carry, though. Rebel Rousers coming in with the Vosteed Hedgehog. The Jack Wolf. Is that the Little Bro Jack? Spyderco Little Native. That one I think is the Knife Joy exclusive in 20 CV. Olight Baton 4. Very nice. Ooh, Double D with the SOG, the Studies and Observations Group. That looks pretty nice. I haven't seen that one from them before. Looks good though. Guys, if you want your pocket check shouted out, head on over to the members only Discord. How do you get into the members only Discord? Well, first you have to be a channel member. Once you are, you can go to the post section of my YouTube channel. If you scroll down far enough, you will in fact find an invite link, and it will allow you to join the members only Discord. Anyways, I know that I've been neglecting the chat, so hold on and I will get back to it. All right. Hey, shout out to Jay Korskinen for the $5 super. He says, this is Sparta. He says, where can I buy Rollshambo patches? I don't have any patches yet. I don't. What's up, gas station knives? Good to see you, man. It's hard. It's hard for me to have to put the time aside to come up with extra stuff. Will there be patches? Yes, there will be patches. When will there be patches? I'm not sure. It's one of those things that I have to budget time for. Chef Rocky says, Grimsmo Norseman. I don't use it because sharpening. People have many reasons. All right. The chat did get away from me, so I'm going to go ahead and just skip down to the bottom. So hold on. Mark Parks, what's up, man? He says, did somebody say something about eating raisins? Don't make me go down the stairs across the living room to the pantry to get the raisins. Maybe I'll do that with the next live stream. You'll find out if you tune in on Wednesday. Nick T says, Benchmade has a nice fat government contract. They aren't going anywhere. You know who overpays for everything? The government. Absolutely. B Shady says, just got in my compadre today, stonewashed. I know I'm late, but compared to my OG, this is so good. Soft, girly sized hands approved. Oh man, I still need to get my hands on one of those. I'm both a padre and a compadre. I'm late to the party, I know. Days D says, a solid knife will sell itself. That's true. Rainey says, the Smock was the first Spyderco I thought looked cool. It wasn't available forever. Then it came around and I swooped one and customized it. That's kind of the fun with Spyderco is that you can really make it yours. You know, for me, I feel like everyone's Spyderco story is the same. Like people look at them and they're like, really? It's kind of a goofy looking knife. What happened? You know, were they drunk when they designed it? And then you see one where you're like, you know what? That looks acceptable. I'll give it a shot. And that never ends up being the last Spyderco you buy. It's always the gateway Spyderco. For me, it was the Spyderco Manix 2. The Manix 2 I looked at and I said, well, you know what? Everyone's raving about the Paramilitary 2 and the Para 3. The Manix 2 looks a little more subtle. And somebody told me too, because I showed it off and somebody said, condolences. I'm like, what do you mean condolences? They're like, no, not you. We're talking to your wallet, because that won't be your last Spyderco. And it wasn't. And I, Spyderco is one of those companies that I absolutely do appreciate. I own several of them, and I've modified several of them, which is not cheap. Tom Cook says, love them both, but prefer to carry the compadre. Interesting. David V, thanks for being a channel member, says, I've been eyeing a Spyderco smock too. Well, you know what we could do? First, we're going to head on back to the Discord. Southpaw's coming in hot with a bit of a pocket check as well. Look at that. He's got a Spyderco Yojimbo 2, a Spyderco smock. I'm not sure what this is on the right here. Is that a Mech Force? No. What is that one on the far right? Is that a Kaiser? It might be. Not sure. Where can you go to get a Spyderco smock? Here's the thing. I learned from people who have been scammed, do not buy your Spydercos on Amazon. And the problem is that even though there are authorized dealers on Amazon, the issue is that when these authorized dealers send their product to Amazon to be fulfilled by Amazon, whenever people buy it, it gets mixed in with clones from non-authorized dealers. And so you can buy a clone on accident purchasing from a Spyderco authorized dealer on Amazon, and they have no control over it because they send the knives to Amazon, and Amazon doesn't care. They're like, I don't know who's authorized or who's not. Here, mix them all together, put them in the warehouse. Those Amazon employees are not trained on spotting fakes. And so, unfortunately, while there are legitimate Spydercos that can be purchased on Amazon, every time you do purchase a Spyderco on Amazon, you roll the dice, because mixed in that pile of Spydercos is a bunch of clones, and you never know what you're gonna get. Anyways, can you get a smock on White Mountain Knives? Is it sold out? Nope, it's available. You know who's not selling clones? White Mountain Knives. I wonder though, will my discount code work on White Mountain Knives? Let's find out. So 228, right? 228. What about RSB10? Will it work? Yes, it will. So $205. Spyderco smock on White Mountain Knives if you want one. Some people will say, oh, I'm waiting for a specific steel. If you wait, I mean, I've been waiting for sprint run smocks for the last year and a half, and I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any exclusives recently within the last year and a half. It's possible that they've been released, but it's also possible that they haven't been. I wouldn't wait on any exclusive smocks. So it looks like S30V is indeed going to be the steel that you end up going with if you get a smock as of today. What about, let's do USA made blade. I hear this is a place people go. Although it wouldn't be there because the smock is made in Taiwan. Duh. Of course. Of course. Blade HQ. Smock. They'll have it here. Guaranteed. Yeah. 228 on Blade HQ. Get it on White Mountain Knives with the discount code. I don't think that White Mountain Knives is supposed to allow discount codes on Spydercos because there's something in place for a lot of American companies called manufacturer advertised pricing. So they're MAP rules and regulations that they give their authorized dealers. But that basically says you cannot underprice, based on this price, you all have to sell it for this amount. You're guaranteed to make this amount based on how much we sell it to you for. And I know Spyderco has those. or at least I thought they did. If you want a smock, get it on White Mountain Knives. It's not going to be a clone, and it looks like you can use a discount code. Or you can go to Blade HQ and spend $228. The choice is yours. All right. Trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. Going back to the live chat. Hey, Pacific Northwest Funworks, welcome in. He says, good evening, Rollshambo. Been a long time since I caught one of your lives. Happy to be here. Hey, man, welcome back. Give it up to PNW Funworks. Smash the like button one time, guys. Let YouTube know that we're live. Let's see. Rainey says, the PM2 is probably my favorite Spyderco, but I thought it was ugly at first, but when I got one in hand, it was all over. I was the same way. Now I have two paramilitary 2s. Oh, man. All right. Rainey follows that up with, I've been into knives and collected my whole life, but mostly budget knives until about 2 years ago. I stopped buying budget knives and gave them all away. Started collecting only quality knives. Yeah, you know, honestly, I get a hold of everything. This year, my focus for knife purchasing has been American-made knives. And it's not because I don't like budget knives. In fact, I still get some here or there. I'm just very, very, very picky about them. It's because there's something really interesting going on with American-made knives right now, where we're seeing companies completely flip a switch, and some of them are getting really expensive, and some of them are just not doing anything at all anymore. So I feel like right now is a good time to get American knives if you like them, because if you continue to wait, there's a chance that what you want just won't be there, just won't be available. So for a collector like myself, American-made knives are awesome. And this year I've gotten quite a few. The ones that I got and I didn't like, I didn't hang on to just because they were USA made. I just turned around and sold them or traded them. As someone that flips on the secondary market semi-frequently, I can tell you that it is far easier for me to sell or trade a USA made knife than it is for me to sell or trade a knife made anywhere else in the world. I think that's because American knife collectors are just a little bit extra crazy. You know, there's an extra screw that didn't quite get snugged up. I don't know. Hey, shout out to Bluetooth Blades. What's up, man? Good to see you. Welcome in. Happy Saturday. Hey, welcome into Night Rare, another channel member in the house. He says, I always thought the Python was dope, but never had any interest in non-limited production Spyderco knives until a certain fellow channel member turned me on to the Bodacious. Waiting for a K390 now. Right on, man. Paul Mills says, I've been collecting off and on since I was a kid. I've collected other stuff in between, like sports cards and coins. Nice. I've never got into sports cards. It hasn't really been my jam. Or coins. I tend to spend coins, not save them. But every now and then I wonder, is the change in my car's cup holder worth something? And then I look at it, you know, and it's covered in dried coffee. I'm like, probably not. Tom Cook says, what price point do you use to define budget knives? Great question. It seems like a common price point, or at least what was commonly considered budget knives, was $70 or less. For me, I honestly, in 2024, if it's under $100, in my opinion, it's what I would consider to be a budget knife. That's due to inflation. And people might come back and say, well, what about knives under $50? Super budget knife. Yeah, if it's a sub $100 knife, it's a budget knife, in my opinion. I know a lot of people do prescribe to the $70 or less, and other people will say under $50. But, you know, when we look at the top end of knives these days and how much they cost, if it's under $100, I consider it a budget knife. So is the Vosteed Martin a budget knife? It's $99. And yes, I do. And in fact, I actually kind of wanted to talk about that today. So I was curious, right? So I was like, I wonder, did the Martin sell out? So here we are on Vosteed's website, and let's see, did they sell out? There is one model left, and it's orange. I don't know what it is. Vosteed's orange colored knives never sell that well, or at least as well as their other colorways. It was the same thing with the Schillen cutter. The last model they had available before selling out was their orange model. It's like nobody's looking for the high vis orange. Nobody. Hey, shout out to Derek, who's been a channel member for 4 months. Hold on. I don't know why it's not showing. It should be showing Derek as a channel member for 4 months. Anyways, he says American made GW1 is $350 from $500 with BF30. I feel like I should know what's going on here. What are we talking about? I'm going to need some context, Derek. Help me out. Welcome into Salvo Zen, says greetings and salutations. Absolutely, man. Welcome in. James says, would you think Marfione Custom is really custom since you can't choose what you want and it is not one of one? So, if we're going to get in the conversation of what constitutes custom, first we have to set some ground rules. The first ground rule is that there's not an accepted definition of custom. What some people consider custom, other people would say, no, that's mid-tech. Does it have to? But I would say this. What makes a knife a custom is that it's made by hand throughout the process. I'm okay if certain things are not made by hand. I'm okay if the hardware is not made by hand. You know, if they need to CNC some hardware, whatever. But I would say as long as first of all, I'd say it's a custom if at least 90% of it is made by hand. And that's to say no 3D milling, you know, like if there's a contoured titanium handle scale that was done by hand. So one of one, any knife that is handmade, I'd say 90% of the way is going to be a one of one, because while there are certain things you can control, there are going to be certain things you can't control. So technically, if you get really fine tuned on it, you could say that anything made to that extent by hand is going to be a one of one, because there's going to be these tiny little things, these little differences, even if they make it look exactly like it. What makes it a custom is how much of it is made by hand versus how much of it is milled or made by a machine, you know, like a 3D mill. So if it's pre-made before you get it and it's not really made specifically to your preference, is it a custom? Yeah, it's what's called a maker's choice. So Marfione, I would say that whether or not it's made specifically as a one of one, it depends on how much of it is made by hand. So yeah, could definitely still be a custom. Ron Dobbins says $150. I don't buy under that either. For me, it's not a price point, guys. It's not a price point. For me, it's 100% how excited am I about it, you know? And when we're talking about that, the very last one I bought was this one. You know, this one is $99. Vosteed knew that it was going to sell out. They did not offer it to me. They did not tell me it was coming out. I was not one of the few channels that got review units, which is totally fine. The way that I see it is, if something piques my interest that hard, I will take that step. But what's the reasoning behind it? Well, we looked at this on the live stream, and I was immediately drawn to the design because at first it looks like a really basic design, but it also looks like something that you could enjoy carrying. I love contoured handle scales. Contoured handle scales are going to be the most comfortable in general. I will take a contoured handle scale over a slab style handle scale 7 days a week and twice on Sunday. There's no good reason that I can think of. If you could think of one, let me know. But there's no good reason to take a slab style scale over a contoured scale. Like it's not a choice. It's just that manufacturers often want to spend less money, and a slab style scale is cheaper to produce than a contoured scale. So I love that on a knife that's under $100. Aluminum. The process that they put this through is fantastic. Also, the use of 154 cm. I would say that 154 cm is a fantastic user steel. Some people, the weird thing is that 14C in the last 2 years has gotten massively popular. And I remember reviewing knives 2 years ago, and I'd mention a knife in 14C, and in the comment section would be people saying, oh, 14C is all right, but it's no 154. It's no 154 cm. And now it's switched. I actually think that more people like 14C than 154. Maybe it's, I don't know what it is. I love 154 cm. Great steel, stainless, decent wear resistance. It's not going to let you down. It's easy to mill to perfection. It's easy to strop back to perfection. It's a great steel. There's a reason why a lot of custom makers still prefer to use 154 cm. Check this out. Rockwell hardness. Typically on a lot of production knives, we see 154 being settled at 59, and people are proud of that. I'm going to repeat that. A lot of companies will settle for 59 Rockwell on 154 cm, and they'll be proud of that. Vosteed is guaranteeing 60 to 62 on that 154, which means that it's probably going to perform better than 70% of the other 154 cm knives out there that are all sitting at 59 Rockwell. This looks like a great carry option. And I didn't even mention that it's a top liner lock. So yeah, for me, this looks great. Look at that reversible clip. The clip itself is not like super attractive. It's their budget clip. Whatever. I'm willing to bet that I could replace that with a Kaiser clip if it really bothered me. It doesn't. It's a budget knife. It's under $100. I think that this is a fantastic value. I think that it's fairly priced for what you get. But of course, I won't know until it's here. And once it is, we'll talk about it. We'll see if my opinion changes. Hold on. All right. I'm going to scroll back up here. Hey, thanks for agreeing with me, Rainey. I've had people tell me I'm crazy for saying that budget is $100 or under. Jim says, been collecting pews and knives all my life. Got serious in 1974. I bet you have a massive collection or a very valuable collection. Paul Mills said the same thing. Absolutely. Jim says, I'll get a budget knife if it's interesting, like the top liner lock raccoon. I'm waiting. Okay. This is one of those Vosteeds that's sold out. While we're here, we'll just double check to make sure. Do they have one? Do they have a top liner lock raccoon? No, they're all sold out. They do have the crossbar style lock raccoon, which I did recently review. I still have it on the table. Fantastic budget knife, by the way. $59. Fully ambidextrous. Great cutting geometry. This one is the sheep's foot style. Fantastic carry knife. If you want something solid and you really don't want to break the bank, $59 will do you really good on this. 14C, solid. Very solid. Great ergos. Love it. I'm not seeing any top liner lock raccoons. Bummer. Not surprised. I know I'm not the only one waiting on those, and I know that the reason why they're sold out is because there's pretty much a waiting list for top liner lock raccoons. So for those of you who are like me who are waiting, if I find out, the moment I find out, I'll post it in the Discord. I'll post it on the community page on YouTube, and then we can all hopefully get in on those. Tom Cook says, yeah, given all the price jumps, less than $100 seems right for budget. It's where I'm going to stand. It's where I'm going to place that line. When I do my knife of the year editions at the end of this year, where we'll have categories like the budget knife of the year. We'll have, I don't know if I'll do button lock of the year again. I've actually kind of toned down the amount of button locks that I do, but we might do like non-frame lock of the year. Anyways, when I do the budget knife of the year, it'll be based off of $100 or less. Derek says, Greyworks 1 is an American-made knife that is exclusive through Tolster. It's normally $500 with the code BF30. It's down to $350, which is dope for an American. All right, Derek. Greyworks 1. I got to see this. What are we talking about here? Okay. That looks sick. It is a button lock.
The GW1 knife.
Looks like, yeah, it's a standard plunge lock. Okay. Greyworks 1. I've never heard of that before. S35. All right. Hold on. We're going to check out the stat sheet on this. All right. Oh, nice. They give you a T8 Torx bit. That's cool. Durable carry case. Neat. 3D machine clip. Okay. Tanto. It's not very big. It's a 3-inch blade. S35 VN. Okay. 2.9 ounces, not bad for an all titanium knife. Overall length just is 7 3/4, so just shy of 8 inches. Button lock. I might have to look into this. I'd never heard of the Greyworks 1. But you're saying normally it's $500. The code BF30, it's down to $350, which is dope for an American-made knife. Absolutely. S35 VN titanium. Nice. So let's just go ahead and confirm this for the kids at home. Let's say that we were to go add to cart. We'll check this out. Where did I put my water? All right. Sorry, had to grab my water. Look at that. They automatically add something called Tolster Package Protection. Really? You're gonna force this protection on me, Tolster? All right. So what was it? BF30. BF30. Boom. Takes off $150. Damn. Black Friday 30. I see what they're doing there. It's crazy, man. That is crazy. I don't know how I've never heard of them before. Well, there you have it. Thanks for the heads up, Derek. Awesome Black Friday discount for any of you who might be looking at the Greyworks 1 button lock. James says, who do you think is the best pocket knife custom maker? I think Michael Walker. Honestly, this is a best is one of those things which is, it's very objective, right? Best custom pocket knife maker. I feel like no matter what I say, It doesn't, I feel like no matter what I say, people are going to get upset with my answer. I'd be like Ernie Emerson, and people like, get your pitchforks, hunt them down. The best custom maker. I feel like this is a trick question. I would say that there is going to be a lot of custom makers that do phenomenal work. And that if we're talking about who does the best job in terms of quality or who has the best designs, it's all opinion based. So if you disagree with my choice here, I totally understand. I would say that the best custom maker out there is probably going to be Bob Terzola. Bob Terzola is in many ways one of the fathers of modern knives today. And I think that knife makers owe a lot to people like Bob Terzola. So he gets my vote by default because I think that he deserves it. All right. Chef Rocky says, mine is Grant and Gavin Hawk. Oh, that's a good one. Rebel Rouser says, I'm going to have to think my collection down over the next few months. I have about 160-ish knives. I want to get down to about 100 for my collection. Yeah, you know, I've been doing knife sales throughout the year, selling one-offs here. I did the Scary Good Knife sale in October, and I still have over 100 knives. I started the year. I was so proud of myself because I did my end of year knife sale last year, and I got my collection down to like bare bones. I was sitting at like 30 knives, which is bare bones for me. And I said, I'm going to keep it small. I probably have about 30 knives sitting on my desk right now. And then I have a file cabinet with each drawer full of more knives. So I'm going to need to do another sale probably within the next 30 days. So you know what? I'm going to give you guys a heads up right now. In fact, I'm going to be doing another great knife sale here in the next 30 days. Typically the way that I run it is where most of the inventory that I'm selling is going to be priced at 50% of manufacturer advertised pricing, which means a lot of great deals for people. What's going to be included in that sale, I haven't decided yet, but there's going to be a lot of it. I got to clear out inventory. Any and all proceeds of that sale will go, of course, directly towards the channel and channel expenses, more knives, more stuff. Anytime that I can buy a knife with channel expenses, it's great. It means that I'm not, tied to a collaboration. I'm not having to reach out. I can do things on my own terms, meaning that I'm not rushed by a deadline to get a video out. It gives me a lot of breathing room. So these knife sales are important. It also supports the channel. Did I mentioned that already? So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. Within the next 30 days, I will be doing another knife sale. And when I do, I will, of course, give people plenty of notice, but I'm giving it to you now. It's going to be a good one. The Scary Good Knife sale was pretty good. Whatever we have coming next is going to be even better. McRanger says, hey, Rollshambo and all my knife nut peeps. Good to see you, man. I thought I already said hi. No, Derek, thank you for the $5 super, brother. He says Scott Cook Loxa is the best. Michael Walker 4003, which was done by CRKY, is on Arizona Customs for $260. Check out the thumb stud Loxa. It's perfect. All right. You've piqued my interest. Arizona Customs. I don't go to this site often because everything on here is super expensive. Ooh. It says, check out the thumb stud Loxa. Okay. So one of these with studs. You know who would be another great choice for one of the best custom makers? Todd Begg. Todd Begg, it could easily be a write-in for that as well. That looks smooth, man. $3,300 when it was in stock. Crazy. All right. You said the Walker 4003. All right. Oh man, for 260 bucks. The Michael Walker blade lock. That's what is this? What is this? That is bananas. Is that the why does that remind me of the Grant and Gavin Hawk design that they did with Quartermaster? Why does that remind me of that? Is that an automatic? To open, you press the thumb stud and rotate the blade as you would other knives. When you hear the clean, crisp snap of steel locking with steel, the blade is locked. No doubt about it. So is this like a dedicated, like slow roller? That's bananas. Michael Walker's done other work with CRKT as well. The one I'm thinking of, Walker, CRKT. What is it? What is it? It's the Monument. That's the one. Look at this. Gorgeous knife. Flipper only. Nick Shabazz drools over this. Huge Michael Walker fan. And this is one that I wouldn't mind having myself. I love the pocket clip with that little roller wheel right there. That's cool. Especially when your jeans get to the point where they're like, please stop tearing my pockets. Oh man, I need to get one of these. Thank you for reminding me that I need to get a CRKT Monument. Night Rayer says, Rollshambo, are you planning on doing the same format for the next sale, or are you planning on trying something different? What Night's talking about, for those who don't know, is I did the Scary Good Knife sale as a live sale, and it was a good sale. It wasn't as well organized as I wanted to. I really liked the idea of a live sale. The way that I had it set up wasn't the greatest. So I think that what I will do is I want to do another live sale. I don't want to do it the same way that I did it last time. It was a little bit of pandemonium, and I do think that it could be run a little bit better than I did last time. So I would like to do the next sale as a live sale. I'm still nailing down the specifics on whether or not that's possible. So more to come on that as soon as I get it figured out. Paul Mills says, Todd Rexford, if you want a badass, hyper expensive knives. All right. Paul Rexford. Or Todd Rexford. Wow. It's Paul Mills. Paul. I'm sorry, Paul. I am tired. Todd Rexford. As you can tell, I'm not super familiar with this custom maker. I've heard of them. I have heard of them. Rexford Knives. Ooh. I've seen these before. I have seen these before. Ordering. Todd Rexford Custom. I probably should have just stated Arizona Custom Knives. Here we go. Rexford limited edition Copperhead for $645. Are these made by, are these, yeah, this is ZT. Okay, that's a ZT. I was gonna say, there's no way that that's a custom. The TAD injection. This is cool. Very cool. All right. Experience Precision says, "Ooh, brother, what is this?" I don't know. Ooh, Jim Miller says Greg Schaub. Okay, so Sparrow Knife Company. Greg Schaub is an amazing modern day knife maker, and we're gonna go check out his stuff. Like, in fact, you can tell I'm a fan. I got the sticker right here. It's on the microphone. Greg Schaub is indeed. So he's got all of his designs are gorgeous, and he pretty much only sells these at knife shows, his customs. But they're not as far as customs go. They're not the most expensive. This is the Rougarou. I'm probably saying that wrong. Check that out. Hold on. It'd probably help if I did the screen share. Check that out. So this is the Rougarou, and it sold for $13.50. Magna cut, 7 inches, 3-inch blade, titanium, metal COA card. Look at that. That is gorgeous. I do wonder how good that thumb stud works. I prefer some like stepping on my thumb studs. What's a good example of this? Here we go. So I don't know if you can see this. You know, the stepping, it gives you traction on the thumb stud so you can pop it. With smooth studs like this, smooth barrel studs, sometimes it can be a bit uncomfortable. Like, you don't actually get good purchase, and so you end up having to push harder to get it to actually go. But a Rougarou is on my wish list. I absolutely love the way that he did that swedge. That's vicious. Look at the micro milling on the handles. Beautiful. Beautiful Zerkatite. I want one of those so bad. So very bad. He also did the Strix. The Strix is probably one of his most popular. Also did the Tengu and the Shrike. The Tengu doesn't do anything for me. The Shrike doesn't do anything for me. They're both gorgeous. Would I love to have one? Absolutely. But the Rougarou and the Strix are definitely my favorite. I'm kicking myself for not getting the production Strix when I had the chance. Anyways, great call out, Jim. That's a great call out. Greg Schaub, absolutely. Jim Miller says, Mikey Trails, I begged him to bring the production Strix back. No joy. He should do the Strix 2, a secondary version, and just like change up handle scale options. That would be awesome. Hey, Kevin Smith and Knives, welcome in, man. Good to see you. Happy Saturday. Mike Trail says, the Strix and Damasteel. I own 2 Damascus Fenrir by Concept, and they're in my top 5. Love the Fenrir. Oh, yeah. The Fenrir is a solid knife. Love it. TC Blade says, Shambo, are you saying it right? I'm from Louisiana, and it's the Cajun version of a Swamp Boogeyman or the Baba Yaga. What are we talking about? The Rougarou? All right. You know what? We're going to settle this. Rougarou. how to say, misspelling it, Rougarou. Yeah, okay. How do you say it? You are saying it right. Okay. Okay. That's good to know. Thank you for confirming that, because I thought that I was getting it wrong. Paul Mills says, I like the Strix without the unicorn horn like Lefty's custom Strix. Is that, when you say unicorn horn, do you mean like without the front flipper? Is that what we're talking about? Mike Trail says, I would much rather have 3 of those Rougarou knives than that last knife we looked at for 35. Look, Big Shop is custom making modern knives, okay? So there's a lot that you need to take into consideration there. Ed B says, Roll, what are your thoughts on Chapman Lake? I love Chapman Lake. I checked out the CLK2D. Chapman Lake is doing some phenomenal work. Chapman Lake knives. Their milling and their manufacturing is next level. People don't understand just how impressive it is. I handled one and I loved it. It is a button lock, which a lot of people all of a sudden, like, button locks burned hot and burned bright, and now everyone's like, boo, button locks. And I'll agree, like, button locks have kind of worn me out a bit. Like, you check out, 20 or 30 plunge lock designs and you get fatigue. But when I checked out their CLK2D, I loved it. The manufacturing is phenomenal. I had one issue with the loaner that they sent me. The issue that I had was that the pivot kept coming. It kept backing itself out. There's no Loctite on it or anything. I imagine had I put some on there, it probably would have solved the problem. But it was frequent. Like, I could tighten the pivot, fidget with it for like 30 minutes straight, and at the end of that 30 minutes, the pivot would need to be tightened again. That was the only thing that I did not like about it. But what you don't understand is just how good and precise their manufacturing is. Like, I love this photo because it shows the kind of milling that they do here on this chamfer. That is crazy talk, guys. Like, the level of manufacturing that they do, they make medical instruments, surgical instruments. Their tolerances have to be perfect when they make medical instruments. So making something like a pocket knife, like, that's easy mode for them in comparison to what they normally do. Let's check out their catalog, though. Oh, and their cutting geometry is really good. Very cool. $500 USA made knife. And they're really cool too. The guys that run it, if you reach out to them and you say, hey, I want to buy a knife, but can you set it up for me lefty? They will do that. You can say, hey, can you do a custom ano job for me on this? And I want it to look like this. They'll do that without charging you extra. You know how many knife companies are willing to do that for free? Nobody. But the guys that run this place are really freaking cool. So yeah, you could definitely support a worse company than Chapman Lake Knives. They do fantastic work. I would love to own one. I still need to make that happen. Thank you for reminding me that the CLK2D is on my list, because I absolutely love that blade. I love the hollow grind. The manufacturing, the fit and finish it's top of the line. I would love to see them do something other than their button lock design, because I think that people are sleeping on their capabilities. It's easily some of the best production work here in the States, especially at that price point. And I'll stand by that. Give me some Loctite and we'll call it a day. Lone Star says, do not French a werewolf. They are not the romantic type. Fiddlesticks. Jim Miller says, Lupe Guru is French for werewolf. Okay. Hey, CPM, what's up, man? Custom Production Midtech. It's been a while. Good to see you. And welcome in to C. Kobe. Says, I have one manual plunge lock, and it's from Indiana Knives, the EDZ in Van Axe. I haven't seen that knife in a while. Indiana Knives EDZ. Do they still sell it? I don't think so. I could be wrong. Yeah, it was this guy. It's a cool knife. I remember when that came out, that was really hot. And then all of a sudden, nothing. But that's kind of how it goes. Some models burn bright and burn fast. Hey, shout out to Jim Miller for the 10 gifted. Guys, thank Jim. Jim, thank you, man. That's awesome. And welcome in. And for some of you, welcome back to the connoisseurs and collectors. For those of you who are new channel members, if you haven't done so yet and you want to get in on the members only Discord, that's where we're doing the pocket checks and stuff. You can go ahead, head on over to my community tab in YouTube, scroll down. You should see a members only post that has an invite link to the members only Discord. That's how you get in. Thank you, Jim. Thank you so much for the support, man. And congrats to the new channel members. We got Mikey Trails, CPM, Michael Sawyer, Russ Sims, Brad Ray, M. Houston, James Morgan, Lawrence Chin, Crewwear is the best, and Harper Explorers. Congrats, guys. All right. You know what? While we're here, let's go ahead and check out these. Bluetooth Blades is carrying a Spyderco Paramilitary 2. Is that in MaxNet? Hold on. I gotta zoom in here. What steel is that? K390. Hot damn. That was some investigative work right there. Kevin Smith's got one hell of a pocket check. We got the Chris Reeve and Cosi. Looks like a Hinderer XM18 Harpoon Spanso, a McNeese Mac 2, and of course an Evo 3. That is, let's see, what is that? Roughly $2,300-$2,400 in a photo, depending upon if you're counting taxes. Have you ever done that where you see someone's like shot of the collection picture and you just start adding up how much each thing costs, and it gets depressing really quickly? You're like, that's way too much money. Very cool, man. Very cool. Knife Nut 69 says, Machine Wise and Aerocrafted are both machine companies that started doing knives and ESC work, and their backgrounds show in their work. Oh man, Machine Wise, I need to check out their site again. Machine Wise, because the Machine Wise Sonora is one that's on my list. Looks like they do have some in stock too, so check this out. I'm gonna clear the message so we can view this together. Zoom out here. That's cool. So they've got some available, and on these looks like they're doing this batch in 20 CV. I like that they have the Rockwell for each knife listed. That's fantastic. Model Sonora, love those handle scales. Are all of these 20 CV, or did they do some Magna Cut in there? The diamond texturing on these look great. I like that plain. I like the plain Jane finish, for the record. $725. Dang, they upped their price on these. 63. 20 CV at 63 Rockwell. Are they for real? We almost never see that. Almost never. Maybe that's why it's 725 bucks. 63. Did they do this whole batch? Oh, nope. This one's at 62.5. 63. Trying to see if they have anything that's super crazy. Let's see the ones that have sold so far. Anything crazy? No. Nope. Nothing too crazy. Purple Stonewash. Fine Step. Okay. 611. Which one would I go for? I'd probably go for this one. I love that diamond texture. 725 bucks. It's an integral American-made button lock. And this is supposed to have the best American-made button lock action out there, period. Does it? I'm not sure. But I need to find out. It got too big. All right. I'm missing out on the chat. Hold on, guys. I'm going to go back. I'll figure out my browser later. Night Rare says, I would love a Sonora, but the price is too steep for me at this point. They went straight to Koenig Arius land, which is... that's a tall order. It's also on my list. I want a Koenig mini Arius. And I mean, technically, you could also get an Oz Roosevelt in that range as well if you're okay doing secondhand market. Speaking of which, something that I've been interested in finding out is whether or not anyone has any interest in trolling knife swap with me. All right. Let's see what's on Knife Swap right now. And we'll do new. Why not? All right. Ooh. What do you want to bet the Factor B3 that... what do you want to bet this sold out? Factor B3, is it still available? 370 bucks. Dang. Originally Damascus blade, but swapped to Magna Cut. I don't know if I like that. Let's see. You have to be careful, guys. You have to be careful because winter blades are now being cloned. This one does look legit, though. Come on, show the knife. Too much time looking at a timestamp, not enough time showing the knife. 370. Yeah. Anyways. Anything cool? Large Sebenza 31. Nope. A Spyderco. What I'm looking for is Koenig Arius or Oz Rosie. Here it is. 2 hours ago, an Oz Roosevelt. What did they want? $950. But it looks like it's a Zerblasted plain Jane with Zircotai clip. All okay. Let's see the pictures. $950 secondary. I'm not sure how I feel about that clip. It could just be the camera, but for some reason that clip kind of looks weird to me. Maybe if it was like the golf putter milling and the clip looked better. I mean, it already sold. It doesn't matter. It already sold. Anyways, who knows? Maybe we'll continue to go down that path in future live streams where we actually check out the Reddit knife swap. Maybe not. I don't know. Splitting Slices, good to see you, man. He says, howdy, Rollshambo, and all here tonight. Just left the shop working on some side projects, ready for a live or vid, then bed after Big Red EDC. Hope he wasn't early. Well, hey, man, it's good to see you all the same. Knife Nut 69 says, you're gonna have to get one to find out. Oh man, listen. I'm officially poor. Okay, I'm officially poor because of this, and because of this, and because of this. Like, I'm just, there's a limit. A man has a limit. Okay. But yes, I agree. It's on my list for a reason. I will get one. I just don't know when. Machine-wise Sonora, it's on the list. It's on the list for a reason. Night Rare says, the fact that Sonora number 711 is not done up in 711 green is a... Don't you mean like Slurpee blue? Neon red? All right. Rebel Rouser says, I need to start watching Knife Swap. Dude, honestly, it's entertaining. There's so many people that do deals on there. And if you're looking for secondhand stuff, like, here's the thing, guys. Blade Binge is awesome because Blade Binge, you're guaranteed to get your knife or your money is secure, right? It's probably the safest way. But there's more people on Knife Swap than there is on Blade Binge. And maybe, living on the edge, wondering if, this one person on Knife Swap, I don't know. Blade Binge is the safest way to do secondhand market knife buying. However, Knife Swap is still entertaining, even if you're just browsing. Russ Sim says, what's that last knife we're talking about this guy? The Hinderer half-track Warncliffe? Or are we talking about this guy? The Quiet Carry 9 in Vanax and the Sea Swirl carbon fiber? Or are we talking about this guy, the Unumzan? It was one of those three. The newest acquisition to my American-made collection is this guy, the Hinderer half-track warning. And you want to know where I got it? On my members-only Discord via my knife yard sale. Oh man, guys, here, check it out. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. Go back to the screen share. So in the members-only Discord, right, on the left-hand side, if you scroll down, you'll see knife yard sale right here on the left-hand side. And check this out. We got people selling all kinds of stuff on here. Now, full disclosure, I do not closely moderate the knife yard sale. Do it at your own risk. But I will say this, we're a tight-knit community. I haven't seen anyone get scammed on here. I haven't received any reports of anyone getting scammed on here. Moderate yourselves. But if I ever catch wind of somebody doing that on my Discord, they will, of course, be banned not only from the Discord, but also from the channel. That being said, I've only seen good deals go down here. There's a lot of stuff on here. So Mr. Eddie, shout out to Mr. Eddie. I'll give him props. This was a knife that he posted on there, and we did a knife swap, and now it's mine, and I don't regret that at all. Fantastic man to work with. Look at all of these. He's got benchmades, he's got microtech, protech. He does custom knives as well. Drinkwater had a null knives voodoo that he sold. Freddie G's got a number of different stuff. Guys, check this out. Like, the secondhand market is everywhere, especially on my Discord. He's got a John Gray custom rostrum. Looks gorgeous. The JHO Knives number 22 titanium scalpel, benchmade mini grip, CRKT swindle, bug out, artisan cutlery telos. Look at that, guys. There's so much goodness. Nick T selling an exclusive Jaeger V3. Shout out to Nick T. This is all on my Discord on the knife yard sale. Look at that. If you wanted a Jaeger V3, there you go. Hit up Nick T. All right, guys. All right. Well, I'm getting a little bit tired. Working on editing a video. The next episode, the next knife review for my channel will be going live tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, next knife review will be going live in the morning. Keep an eye out for that. It'll be a good one, I promise. But we are, in fact, going to be calling it a night. So the next live stream will be this Wednesday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is 8 p.m. Mountain, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, or 7 p.m. Pacific. Guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you for joining me every night. Thank you for supporting the channel. Just a heads up for those who didn't know, we're going to have a really big, massive giveaway once the channel hits 10,000 subscribers. We're getting very close. I think we're like 170 away or something crazy like that. I'm blown away. So before anybody else subscribes, I want you to know how much the people who have already gotten here mean to me. Thank you, guys. It's absolutely mind-boggling. But I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Hope you can make the next live stream. If not, I totally understand. Oh, dang, James with the $5 super says Marfione or Michael Walker for a Grail knife. If I'm being completely honest, I would take a full-sized custom Marfione Halo. I'm not going to apologize for that. That would be my pick. Full-size Marfione Halo. Not the mini Halo. The mini Halos don't do anything for me. It'd have to be a full-size. James, thank you so much for the $5 super at the end of the live. Appreciate it, man. Absolutely. Guys, we'll be live again Wednesday, 8 p.m. I hope I can see you there. If not, I totally understand. For some of you guys, I'll see you soon. For everybody else, we'll see you later.